Can a 40-year-old Chris Paul help the Clippers win a championship? Let's talk about it. The point guard is back in LA for one last dance, and he's made it clear this is his final season. But can he end it with a ring? To figure that out, we got to dig deep. CP3 is back with James Harden, a duo that had elite chemistry in Houston. Back-to-back years, they were a top 2 offense in the entire league. And in 2018, they were this close to taking down the Dynasty Warriors. If CP3 does not go down in that Game 5, I think we're having different conversations today about his legacy. But that's exactly the problem with this Clippers team. On paper, this might be the best roster in the entire league. I mean, you got Kawhi Leonard, a two-way superstar. You got Bradley Beal, an elite scorer. You got James Harden and CP3, two God-tier playmakers. You got Brook Lopez and Zubac, elite rim protection. Then you got Chris Dunn, a great point of attack defender. I already said in a previous video that this will be the best defense in the entire NBA, and this might be the best offense too, if we're playing with fatigue and injuries off like it's 2K. Because in reality, Harden isn't known to be an injury-prone player, but ever since Brooklyn, red flags have raised. Bradley Beal hasn't played 53 games since 2021. And Kawhi Leonard, we don't have to talk about him. And CP3 has a long history of untimely injuries. Now, no shade. I don't blame him. Injuries are part of the game. But if we're talking about real championship odds, it would be hard to bet on these guys staying healthy 82 games and deep into the playoffs for 4 rounds. That being said, if they are healthy, CP3 still brings serious value at the age of 40. Even off the ball, he's like a second coach on the floor. He'll tell guys where to be, when to reset, when to push, and of course he can still shoot the mid-range and from beyond the arc. And I think the best part of his game is his pick and roll, which is still surgical, even if he's not beating defenders off the dribble like he used to. Because what makes CP3 special is his decision-making on the basketball court. Harden may be the better scorer, but CP3 is the better playmaker, passer, shooter, and game manager in a sense. He doesn't just run plays. He controls the entire team's tempo, flow, and spacing like almost nobody else can in NBA history, which would be huge for any team with James Harden as your lead guard because, let's be honest, Harden does have a tendency to disappear in big games and moments. Take Game 7 of this year's playoffs, for example, where he finished with 2 for 8, 5 rebounds, and 13 assists. And don't get me wrong, yes, the assists look pretty, but if you were watching the game, that game was really rough to watch. And Kawhi did not have the best game either. I don't think he didn't play too well. But this is exactly where Bradley Beal and CP3 can pick up the slack for your team. Because sometimes all it takes is a simple in-game adjustment, like taking Christian Brown off of James Harden to help get him loose. And with a guy like Bradley Beal on your team, that is way more likely to happen. Now, if Brown ends up guarding CP3 in those same exchanges, that's where the game starts to shift. CP3 could bait the young guard into foul trouble, or if Christian Brown is not on him, exploit a more favorable matchup, or slow things down just enough to swing the momentum of the game. Because that's what veteran IQ looks like, and that's why even at 40, Chris Paul still raises your team's ceiling. If they stay healthy, this is the best Clippers team in the Kawhi era, which leads me to ask, how many years are we going to say the Clippers could be contenders if all they've done since the year 2020 is disappoint us? But I would love to hear your opinion on the matter. Drop your take down in the comments below. I will be responding to every single one. Smash the like button, destroy the sub button, and like always, I'll catch you in the next one. Dev Reno out. Peace.